Over the years, I took a few losses, a few jabs to the chin, a few friendships faded, and I missed out on a couple of forevers. I can admit that, but it didn't break me. I remember those lessons I learned during those hot summers, to stay strong and stay independent. Never let them see you cry. And if you're asking me, I think I was doing a pretty good job with this adulting thing. I did it my way, so it felt right. But these things are subjective. And if I'm really being honest, I felt disconnected to life, to everything. I needed something to yearn for, something unseen to believe in. It wasn't much of it around at the time. Only this constant feeling of discontent. And I was running out of home remedies. So what did I do? Well, I'm glad you asked. For a while, I stayed anchored in my chaos. I kind of struggled with the whole, change bad habits thing. Time passed and I was still clinging on to my outdated ideals. The same ideals that led to my desolation. Then this one particular night, while I was binge watching some reality TV, I got this sudden urge to take a stroll through the city. Thought it would help clear my mind. So I grabbed my running shoes and I took off. I was excited when I discovered a subtle clarity as I trekked down those downtown sidewalks. This became sort of a routine, and that routine became something metaphorical. It was a step in the right direction, but truthfully, I wasn't much of a runner, so eventually the appeal faded, and I needed something that would work better than the things I chose in the past. Another crossroad. But this time I did choose the more serene path. I grabbed my keys and I drove around the city real late at night. And I reminisced about the reasons I came here in the first place. The reasons I left home and the dreams that removed me from my safe haven. And how all these years, after everything, I was still here, still dreaming. I needed to be reminded. And then the trips got longer. Some nights they would go far beyond the city limits. I would find myself miles and miles away from the castle of chaos I built brick by brick. There was something really therapeutic about those quiet highways. I soul searched, and I found things. This was good. This was a small step, but I was still in need of a giant leap.
A lot about him. Life's work, political aspirations, him and the Pope, sexual...
If you've made it this far by now, I'm pretty sure you've noticed I'm a little hard-headed.
I bet you can't tell me
Stubborn even.
like in the Sistine Chapel.
I know a lot of guys just like me.
You never actually...
I saw a really good movie about one.
Beautiful ceiling.
It was a story about a guy named Will.
Seen that.
Will had a brilliant mind, but he couldn't get out of his own way.
Probably give me a silver so you
And in his defense, he did have a tough life.
You may have even been laid a few times.
Then Will met Sean, and Sean would change his perspective and possibly save his life.
But you can't
Watching this, I couldn't help but think
wake up next to a
this
woman
movie was written for me.
truly happy.
But I wasn't lucky enough to have a Sean in my life,
You're a tough kid.
or I wasn't courageous enough to find him.
I ask you about water.
For the next few days, I found it difficult to sleep. I was inspired to take new actions, things I had never considered before. things that were never mentioned growing up, maybe even unthinkable in some circles. But here I was. I was at the peak, exhausted from trekking this mountain of bad decisions. I was finally convinced that I no longer wanted to play the victim nor the villain in my own story. So with just an ounce of courage, I did a good thing. A really, really, really good thing.